The Rise of Giannis Antetokounmpo. It is one of the most fascinating storylines in contemporary basketball that Giannis Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak, has brought to the sport. His ascent to superstardom is a monument to his incomparable hard ethic, devotion, and resiliency. From his humble beginnings in Greece to becoming an NBA Most Valuable Player and leading the Milwaukee Bucks to an NBA championship, Giannis's rise to superstardom is a testament to his incredible work ethic. His transformation from a teenage immigrant with few opportunities to a global sports legend has served as a source of motivation for millions of people all over the world. The rise of Giannis Antetokounmpo and the path that led him to become one of the best basketball players in the world is something that we will investigate. On December 6, 1994, Giannis Antetokounmpo was born in Athens, Greece. His parents were originally from Nigeria, but they had relocated to Greece in the hopes of finding a better life for themselves. Giannis Antetokounmpo and his brothers were routinely subjected to bigotry and marginalization, which made the situation for the Antetokounmpo family a challenging one indeed. The family frequently lived below the poverty line, and they did not have the financial resources to send their children to school regularly. Despite these obstacles, the Antetokounmpo family retained their closeness to one another and stayed resolute in their pursuit of a better life for themselves in Greece. It was a late start when basketball was discovered. Giannis did not choose to begin playing basketball until he was in his teenage years, in contrast to the majority of NBA players who began playing the sport at a younger age. He did not start playing basketball until he was 12 years old, when his older brother Thanasis was the one who first introduced him to the sport. The inherent athleticism, height, and body coordination that Giannis possessed became immediately apparent, and he decided to start playing basketball for a local young team called Athleticism, which is a basketball club in Athens. Giannis initially had restricted access to appropriate training, equipment, and facilities. Yet, his natural skill and dogged persistence shined out regardless of these limitations. Their remarkable speed, agility, and ability to drive to the basket that he possessed earned him a famous reputation. Throughout the subsequent few years, Giannis developed a deep love for the sport of basketball, and he rose through the ranks of the local basketball leagues with lightning speed. Everyone who saw him on the court could not help but notice the talent that he possessed. He was a member of the senior team for Athleticism, the Major League Baseball opportunity drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks. The journey of Giannis takes a significant turn in the year 2013. It was because of his remarkable achievements that NBA scouts took notice of him, and as a result, the Milwaukee Bucks selected him as the 15th overall choice in the 2013 NBA Draft. It was during the same season that Giannis led the Bucks to the Eastern Conference Finals. Although the Bucks did not make it to the NBA Finals, his performance enhanced his standing in the league. His leadership on both ends of the court, as a scorer, rebounder, and defender, was extraordinary, and he initiated the process of establishing himself as one of the finest players in the world. The following year, 2019-2020, Giannis continued to demonstrate his remarkable abilities, earning the NBA Most Valuable Player award for the second year in a row. The combination of his stature, speed, strength, and talent made him an unbeatable player. He had finally reached his full potential as a player. On average, throughout that season, he scored 29.5 points, grabbed 13.6 rebounds, and assisted 5.6 times a game. One of the things that made him an unstoppable force was his ability to take control of games and perform well in every facet of the game. Giannis's all-time greatest accomplishment is winning the championship in 2021. An NBA championship was the one thing that Giannis failed to achieve, despite the fact that he had a lot of success on his own. When it came to the playoffs, the Bucks had a history of making deep runs, but they had failed to make it through important times. On the other hand, Giannis and the Bucks experienced their most successful postseason run in over half a century in the year 2021. Giannis was able to put up one of the most dominant performances in the history of basketball during the 2021 NBA Finals. Through his leadership, the Bucks were able to defeat the Phoenix Suns in a series by a score of 4-2 and win their first NBA championship. Giannis was awarded the Most Valuable Player award for the NBA Finals after amassing an average of 35.2 points, 13.2 rebounds, and 5.0 assists per game. It was his spectacular effort in Game 6 of the Finals, which resulted in the Bucks winning the championship, that created a timeless moment in the history of the National Basketball Association. The fact that Giannis was able to outperform his opponents throughout the series is evidence of his tenacity, determination, and progress. The Greek Freak's influence and its legacy and after effects. It is a fantastic story of dedication and hard work that Giannis Antetokounmpo went from being a young immigrant in Athens to being a champion in the National Basketball Association. In addition to his physical abilities, Giannis has shown that he has an unyielding ambition to improve, to test his limitations, and to represent his family and his roots. Being humble, having leadership qualities, and having a strong work ethic have made him a model for aspiring athletes all over the world. Additionally, Giannis's success has had an effect on culture on a wider scale. It is because of his status as one of the most recognized foreign stars in the NBA that he has been able to attract attention to Greece as well as to African immigrants who have the ambition to succeed despite the challenges they face. As a result, he has become a symbol of how one can triumph over even the most challenging situations by demonstrating tenacity, believing in oneself, and persistence. His accomplishments are not just attributable to his physical abilities, rather they are the result of his mentality, his unrelenting work ethic, and his dedication to bettering himself. Since he was a little boy in Greece, Giannis has demonstrated that anything is possible if one is willing to put in the effort and persevere through the process of becoming an NBA MVP, Finals MVP, and NBA champion. The amount of additional accomplishments that Giannis Antetokounmpo will achieve in his career is impossible to predict. Nevertheless, there is one thing that can be said with absolute certainty. His position in NBA history has already been established. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe for more updates, and drop a comment with your thoughts below. We'd love to hear from you.